with Uptown Homeschooler. I am doing a segment today called In the Community. I have been so blessed to be able to have a great couple with me, Rick and Jeri. They are doing an excellent project that when I heard about it, I knew I had to do an interview with them. So I hope that you guys are as blessed as I was from this, and I can't wait for you guys to hear the information that they have. Rick and Jeri, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is that you're doing, why you got into what you were doing, and all of that great stuff?
So we are Rick and Jeri Kemmer, and I was born and raised here in Vancouver, Washington. Rick was born and raised on the East Coast in Pennsylvania, but has lived out here most of his adult life. We both worked in the business world for almost all of our adult lives. We became Christians, both of us in our early 30s. And we both felt a strong calling to serve in the developing world. Neither one of us knew what that was going to look like. We are remarried. We got married when our kids were teenagers. We have 4 of them. They're now grown. We have grandchildren. But we knew that once they got out of the house, we were ready to go somewhere. I had always wanted to live in Africa. He just wanted to live somewhere warm. So it was a perfect combination. And so we lived and worked in Tanzania, East Africa for about 5 years. And I was the national director of a child sponsorship program, sponsoring about 700 kids. And Rick was community development ministries, created 3 projects: dairy camels with the Maasai tribe, dairy goats at a Bible school, and then the moringa tree, which he trained about 700 people in the cultivation and uses of the moringa tree. And that's a multifaceted tree that does amazing things, and we'll share more about that later.
So, like Jeri was saying, the moringa tree is very exciting, and it was one of the most exciting things we did in Tanzania. The work we did there was really hard, but the rewards were just great. Just seeing changed lives was a wonderful thing. And the moringa tree, that project had such a great impact on people's lives in their most basic needs, in clean water, good nutrition, which both affect their health. And then there's opportunity for economic benefit from the moringa tree also. It's so exciting because it's something that anybody can do. It's very low tech. Most of the people we worked with and most of the people that are hungry in our world are subsistence level farmers. They already know how to grow things. When you teach them about the moringa tree and what it can do to change their health and their life, it's an exciting thing because it's a tree that they can grow in their backyard. Really, the investment on their part is 2 shovelfuls of manure and the time it takes to grow, harvest, and use the leaves of the tree or the seeds of the tree. It's just amazing. When we were back here in the States, we were here for a number of years after Tanzania, and we started asking God, well, what is next? What do you want us to do now? And we started looking at a number of opportunities, different organizations to go out under them as missionaries, and everything we looked at, we said, that's great, we can do that. How can we do moringa with that? And that kept happening over and over. We finally, through prayer and God actually, moving in a way that was undeniable, we heard him speaking to us, just do moringa. Just do that. And so what we've done over the past year is we have started a nonprofit organization called Strong Harvest International.
So what is Strong Harvest? What is it that you guys are doing?
So we started Strong Harvest to once again work with the moringa tree and to bring it to families in need.
So really, why are we doing this? The biggest reason is that there are 20,000 children every single day in the developing world that die of hunger, related issues. They die because they have a lack of clean drinking water, and they die because of lack of adequate sanitation. These are all just totally preventable causes. And when you think about it, 20,000 kids is a huge number. It's like almost meaningless. It's so big. So you really have to realize each one of these children is someone's baby, someone's brother, someone's sister, it's someone's loved one. And so I try to put that in the context of my own family. How would that feel? Over and over, especially Rick kept saying to me, Jeri, 20,000 children are dying today. What are we going to do? And so really, God led us to start Strong Harvest to address these basic life issues. Here's what we do with Strong Harvest. This is our main purpose, is that we work with people in need in the developing world to do three things: to enhance their food security, which means that they have a secure source, a continual source of nutritious food; to improve their health through improved nutrition and through clean water; and also to increase the family's economic viability, their economic financial stability. If they can have a source of income, a regular source of income, that can change so much in their lives. They can educate their children, they can get health care, they can buy more food. I mean, it's foundational. We do those three things: enhance food security, improve health, and increase economic viability. And we do it using locally sustainable methods that can be done at the family level and that address these basic life issues: nutrition, clean water, and financial literacy. Because people need to know, once they have an alternative source of income, how do you handle the money? So financial literacy is really important.
So we do this by training peer educators, people in their own culture who are trained to teach people in their own culture about the moringa tree and how to use it. That way we're crossing that cross-cultural barrier just one time with the people who are going to be training those in their own culture. Makes it much more understandable for people to hear the message of the moringa tree and what difference it can make in their lives if they hear it from somebody in their own culture who understands and can translate what we teach into culturally appropriate methods and perspectives and ways of looking at it. That's the model that Strong Harvest is going to follow, is to teach these peer educators in different areas, in different places in the world. Right now we're working in Nicaragua. We have several churches and girls' home that we're working with, teaching people about how to use the moringa tree. There's another area in Nicaragua that we may go to. There's people that we've worked with, just places we haven't gone, but where we've sent seeds and information, like Jakarta, Indonesia. In India, there's a school that has planted moringa trees with the intention of teaching the school children about it, incorporating it into their diet. We've sent information with people to Haiti, and we have contacts in Haiti that we intend to work with.
Yeah, our goal is to work in Nicaragua, to work in Mexico, Haiti, and Kenya and Tanzania. That's what we're thinking now, and we'll just see where the Lord leads. Well, we keep telling you about how great the moringa tree is, that it provides good nutrition and clean water and economic opportunity, but we haven't told you how. So I'll just share with you some of the basics. This is the Strong Harvest brochure, and it talks about the basics of what moringa does, and really the three main pieces that we'll be focusing on. First of all, for good nutrition, moringa is really an amazing plant. When you eat the leaves, it has 2 times the protein of yogurt, 4 times the calcium of milk, 3 times the potassium of bananas, 4 times the vitamin A of carrots, and it comes in the form of beta-carotene, which is exactly what you want because the body just stores that and converts it to vitamin A as it needs it. Then it has 7 times the vitamin C of oranges, Plus, it has tons of other vitamins and minerals and antioxidants. And here's the big thing. It has all the essential amino acids, which are the building blocks of proteins. And when we say essential amino acids, that means amino acids that your body can't produce on its own, but you have to take it in through your diet. So the fact that it has all of the essential amino acids is absolutely huge for a plant. And remember, people can grow it in their own backyards. Go out and pick the leaves and just add them to their food. Now, it also does drinking water treatment, which that's amazing. You pound the seeds into a powder and add it to dirty water. You just add the powder to dirty water. It takes about 20 seeds to purify a 5-gallon bucket of dirty drinking water. And it will remove 90 to 99% of the bacteria and the dirt in the drinking water. Some of the biggest diseases that kill children under 5 in the developing world are dysentery and typhoid, E. coli, and they did a study with, and they compared the moringa seed powder used as a water treatment. They did alum, which is what is used in the large water treatment plants, and they used sand filters, which is one of the oldest forms of water filtration. And so they compared the three. Okay, so like with typhoid fever, sand filters reduce the prevalence of that bacteria by 29%, alum by 43%, and moringa by 71%. E. coli, sand filters only remove 10% of it, alum removes 27%, and moringa removes 56%. So, and it just down the line, moringa does better than sand filters and alum. People who have to rely on collecting their drinking water, like from surface ponds and things where all the cows and goats are going to drink their water too, they can clean their water with seeds from the moringa tree that grows right in their own backyards. And then there's also economic opportunity. Once people in a community learn of moringa and its value, it becomes something that's marketable. You can sell it in the local market. People can sell fresh leaves. They can sell dried leaves that you pound into a powder, and that's an even more concentrated form of all the nutrients. They can sell the seeds. They can sell the seed powder. They can sell saplings. You can press the seeds for a high quality oil. I mean, there's just numerous economic benefits from this tree. These are the things that we will be training the peer educators on. And as we train them, we will also continue to give them follow-up training and support to help their projects to succeed. We do want to share with you a really great thing that happened when we were in Nicaragua twice this past year. We found that there are families who live inside the city dump of Managua, and they have a little village inside the dump, and their job is to pick garbage, and they're extremely poor, they're extremely malnourished, a lot of illness. We went into the village in the city dump, and moringa is already growing there. They just did not know how to use it. And that's the beautiful thing about moringa. It thrives in drought monsoon conditions. It thrives in the tropics. The tropics is where most of the malnutrition in the world is, and that's where this tree thrives. It's a beautiful picture of God's love and provision for his people.
This is a huge mission. Obviously, you guys can't do this on your own. What are some ways that other people in our community and other communities, how can we help here in the U.S.?
So we want to let people know how they can be involved with Strong Harvest and with helping to spread the good news about the moringa tree and about God's love for everybody. There's several different ways people can get involved. Of course, prayer is at the top of our list. If you could pray for us, we would appreciate it. Pray for the people in need around the world, and that Strong Harvest and God and them would all get together at the same place, and just God's love would touch them and his provision would touch their lives. Ways that people can help in the States here is for Americans to educate become educated about moringa and its benefits and how moringa can help people in our culture, because we don't all have the best nutrition in our lives either. And moringa is available for purchase, and the more that market grows, the more it benefits the developing world, because that's where moringa grows. So if we have a lot of Americans buying moringa to use in their diets, they have to buy it from the developing world, and it lifts the economy there. We also want to educate people, Americans, how Strong Harvest is working in the developing world. And so just sharing about Strong Harvest with your friends and family and people who could get excited about it and become part of it through prayer. We also need, of course, financial support. So the more people can share with each other, the better. We have lots of opportunity for that in this day and age of internet and Facebook and Twitter, where we can just spread this news very quickly to a large number of people. And the more people that do that, the better.
Well, and we'd also like to train, not only will we train peer educators in other countries, we want to train peer educators here in the United States. And these would be people who we would train to have the knowledge of how moringa works nutritionally, the water, the economic opportunities, and they would train other people in the U.S. And so really they would be, as Rick said, sharing the knowledge with everyone so that people will get excited, so that they will use it. We'd also like volunteers, our peer educators here in the U.S., to go with Strong Harvest staff to these other countries, to work alongside of us, to train peer educators, to plant trees, to help in the harvest. And we would love to have people here in the States create their own fundraisers, do something that they love, you know, do a hike to raise funds or do a bike ride or whatever. We have so many opportunities now to do that type of thing. So that's really the type of volunteers that we're looking for. Plus, we need a few professional volunteers. We need an accountant who can help us with our IRS filings every year and help us to really stay on track with our bookkeeping and make sure that we're in compliance with everything. Because of course that's pretty complex, and so we need that type of assistance. If this is something that excites you and you want to get involved with us, if you'd like to volunteer, if you can pray for us, if you can give us financial support, we would love that. We would love to hear from you. Please visit our website. It's at www.strongharvest.org. And there's a place on there where you can contact us, and just feel free to send us an email and contact us in any way that you'd like to. We would love to start a conversation.
I am so excited about all the information that we got from them, and I will be praying for them and trying to find as many ways as we can help within our co-op number 7. I hope that you guys will give them an email. They're really great just to contact and just get lots of information. This moringa plant is pretty amazing. So I hope you guys were as blessed as I was from this, and stay tuned for our next talk show on Uptown Homeschooler. Bye.